Hey, Facebook Live, how are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing? This is Knowledge by Nikki with 1K. I think everybody has really gotten a message from my last two Facebook Lives, yesterday and the day before. We talked about ambivalent workers. Yesterday we talked about why salons are failing. We've had really some good conversations this week. I got something else good for you. I want to talk to you about, and let me say, I always forget to say, guys, for those of you all that may not have watched me before, this is Knowledge by Nikki with 1K. And that again is Knowledge by Nikki everything. Gmail for email, it's .com for website, it's Twitter, it's Instagram, it's Facebook, it's everything. All right, let's get into the meat of it today, because I'm pressing today, so I almost didn't do it, but I wanted to be able to tell you this. When I launched my Stretch group, and hey, Stretch, everybody that's on there that's from Stretch, give a shout out. When I launched my Stretch group, I launched it out of a Stretch, by the way, for those of you all that don't know, it's basically a salon owners coaching group, and my ultimate goal is to help with the business development of that group. They're all salon owners of, I think, all the way from the one maybe is 5 years is the least, all the way up to almost 20. And they've had some struggles, or they're having some struggles. So I launched this group out of a desire to be able to help salon owners figure it out, for lack of a better word. Just figure it out. That was my desire. So when I did that, I also learned some things, and I learned a lot about how we view business, how we view returns, how we view money, how we view people. I learned a lot, some good, some bad. So what I wanted to bring to the forefront today, and this I think is really important, and after talking to some of the people in my Stretch coaching movement, which is really what it is, that empowerment group, and then talking to salon owners abroad, what we're not doing, guys, is we're not thinking through what our ROI should be on everything that we do. So I'm going to explain what that means. ROI traditionally means your return on investment. That's traditionally what it means. What is your return on your investment? What is it? What is the return on your investment? What actually does that mean? Now, I say that to say, when you start thinking about stuff you want to do, stuff you want to add, stuff you want to get into, stuff you want to buy into, all of these type of things, you have to always be thinking of some type of return. Now, I'm going to break down what return on investment traditionally meant, and then I'm going to tell you what it means today, because it's went way past investment in terms of money. It's bigger than that now. Traditionally, return on investment means a hard metric, what we call money, meaning that you making money. What if you invest $10 in this program, is it going to bring you 20, 30, 40? What is it actually going to bring you? That is traditionally how returns on investments were always looked at. So if you get an older person that's been in the business world for a real long time and really kind of sees things in just black and white, they're going to basically give you advice that if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense, period. That's what they're going to tell you. If it's not making money, don't do it, okay? Our industry and the world has really went a step further. And if you even go and you research now what ROI means, which is traditionally return on investment, it means more than that now. So I'm going to break down some of the things, and I just kind of wrote them down because it deals with a lot of marketing concepts, thought processes, things that we need to do. First off, put this in your mind. Today's business and today's successes of business or businesses are determined by two things. They're determined by what we call soft metrics and hard metrics, or you probably want to say it in reverse order. Hard metrics and soft metrics. That basically means that hard metrics are the tangible things, the things you actually see, the things that produce money, the things that you can see an immediate return, generally in terms of money, the things that actually you don't have to wait on. That happened. The hard metrics are when we do our clients' hair. We do their hair, they pay. Period. End of story. There's no aftermath. There's no waiting. There's no nothing. We do their hair, they pay. Soft metrics, and before I break it down in the marketing world, would be almost like, let me go further, because I'm actually about to go ahead of myself. I'm going to go into what soft metrics are in a minute, because I want to break them down. But hard metrics is what most of us will define our businesses by, but we no longer live in just a hard metric world. Okay, so let me break down what some other ROI or what extensions of ROI has meant today. When you talk about traditionally return on investments, there's also now something called ROI, meaning return on impressions. That simply means if you put an ad out, if you put something, Facebook ad, newspaper ad, wherever your ad is, you need to be able to measure how many people actually saw that ad. First impression. How many people actually saw? For those of you all that may have email or Constant Contact or MailChimp or one of those type of emailing blasting services, they will show you something called an open rate. That means if you put a flyer out there and you blasted it to 20,000 people via email, they will actually show you how many people opened that email. 20%, 30%, 40%, whatever it is. That is what you call return on impression. How many people just saw it? Even if they didn't do anything at that time, you need to still know that's considered a soft metric. That's something that leaves an impression that you may eventually get a hard metric on later, but you still need to know if the ads that you're putting out, if the things that you're doing that you just want people to see, if they're working. I actually canceled my Constant Contact email database because my ROI, my return on impression, wasn't high enough for me. Because stylists don't open emails. They just don't. We do not open emails. So I decided to go with a text blasting database because you open those right away. So for me, the return on investment for what I was paying for my Constant Contact database that had an open rate of less than 30% on average was not a good investment for me. It didn't make sense. I didn't want to put a flyer out and only 30%, maybe it was more like 20 of the people that I actually did the flyer or the blast out to would get it. So that for me was not a good return on investment. So therefore I canceled that $100 and whatever a month it was. I canceled it. That was necessary for me. So let's go a little further. Return on impression also means something else. When you talk about ROI in terms of return on impression, because this is where we are today, impression also means what emotional feeling, connection, what did people feel? Did they get warm and fuzzy? Did you do something, say something, put something out there that made people feel something? Did it make people shift their way of thinking? So now when you produce your book that deals with this subject, your return on impression was left so deeply embedded into the people you talk to that now these people, whenever you produce whatever comes next, as long as it carries that same subject, that same idea, they're going to buy it immediately. This is what's called return on impression. This has a soft return. It's not tangible at the time. It's a soft metric. But it can eventually turn into a hard metric. It's called return on impression. So 2 ways return on impression works. Just how many people saw the ad or whatever you put out. How many people saw it? The billboard, when you spend $10,000 on a billboard, you need to know when they actually come to a place, or there are systems now that will actually be able to show you, how many cars actually went through. You actually can have something on the billboard that says, text this number if you notice this billboard. You need to have something that will allow you to measure how your investments are working, whether they be money investments, time, or energy investments. It is very, very important. Okay, now let's go a step further. We have something called ROO, which is an extension of return on investment, and it is called return on opportunity. opportunity. Now, this is a place where a lot of us fail. Return on opportunity means that sometimes you just get hit with opportunities that you just gotta go with. You gotta just know instinctively, this I know can propel my business or be something that can open some doors for me. So if I invest a little time in this, if I do, this opportunity just came. I really ain't even got time to think about it long. So for those of you all that are not natural opportunists, you will lose here because the opportunity will present itself, or those of you all that are over analytical. Sometimes you ain't got time to analyze stuff that deep. I tell people that work for me, it ain't that deep sometimes, just do it. Some stuff you gotta just do. Let me give you an example, and I'm a true opportunist, but let me give you an example of an opportunity that I just missed. Now I know it'll come back, but I missed it. I wasn't thinking. I was at Bronner Brothers this past weekend, and I had, and I'm not exaggerating, over 100 people come up to me and tell me they watch this live every morning or whenever it comes on, and how much it has meant to their lives, this, that, and the other. Because I was in vendor mode and I was in a whole nother mode, I didn't think until it was too late to say, man, I should have took the opportunity, took everybody's picture, had them do a small video for me, made a clip, had it edited, and to show the type of community that my Facebook Live has created. So I missed that opportunity. That would have been an opportunity that clearly would have enlightened, or even some people that have never listened to me, it would have told them, well, maybe let's listen to this girl, see what she talking about every morning. But I missed that, guys. Now I'm gonna get it back because I'll see y'all again. But I didn't think about it until the last day of the show that, oh man, I should have got all these people a picture, at least a picture, even if I didn't get a video. So that was a return on opportunity, guys, that I missed. But so you see what I mean? This is what I missed. I missed this return. Sometimes opportunities, I normally am real swift with this, but I missed it. But sometimes people present you stuff, you just got to go with it. And the return on that opportunity, which would not have been tangible then, but definitely would have created some momentum. Opportunities create more momentum and other opportunities. That's what's called an ROO. Return on opportunity. So for those of you all that got to think all day about stuff, y'all gonna miss it. I typically don't miss it, but I missed that one. But I'm not worried because I'm always out there. I'm always at shows. I'll get it back. Okay? Because I'm be like, ain't you the one that said you see me? Come on, I need this picture real quick. And I'll get it back. But we don't always have the opportunity to seize that moment again. I just happen to have it. Okay? Then we have something called, social media has created this. It's called ROE. It is actually called return on engagement. Return on engagement means simply, how many people can you bring in to listen, to watch, to buy into what you're doing, one way or the other? Engagement now with social media is crucial to your business surviving or dying. Engagement. How many people can you get to at least engage in what it is that you're doing? Talking about, listening to, if it's a podcast, I don't care what it is. Return on engagement now has almost superseded return on just investment, because return on engagement is how so many people on social media have become millionaires, because they have learned the art of engaging people in the abstract. Meaning, I don't actually see these people, they see me, but they listen or they watch on a regular basis. And as long as you're delivering something that they feel is of use to them, then that return on engagement will turn to from a soft metric all the way into a hard metric. Okay? Then we have another ROO, which is called return on objective. When you have an objective for the direction you believe your business is trying to go, it is very important that some of the opportunities, because they actually fall somewhat in this category, some of the opportunities that you actually are getting, whether they be something you got to take immediately or whether they have to be something you got to listen to for a while, they have to move your business in the right direction. That would be things like creating a blog or creating a YouTube channel. So you see, engagement and objectives a lot of times will go hand in hand, but anything that you are getting a return in your objective, it has to be in line with the mission. It has to some kind of way eventually propel you in another direction, maybe give you another platform to be able to get people to see what you do or possibly engage people. This is what return on objective means. Okay? And the reason I felt it was so necessary, and of course it goes way deeper than this, y'all, but the reason I felt it was so necessary for me to talk to you all about all of this, and I'm really summing it up, is because we are building these businesses or trying to sustain in these businesses, and we're not thinking about the returns that we're actually going to get from our efforts. We're not thinking about it from a time. Time is the one thing you can't get back. You can make some more money. If you lose money, you can make some more. But if you waste a lot of time, you cannot get that time back. And what is happening with a lot of my salon owners now that have been in the business longer is now, because you've wasted a lot of time not understanding or even knowing what a return on investment was, what a return on impression was, what a return on opportunity was. All of that only means this, in short: everything you do has to have a reason. It has to have a purpose. It has to have an objective. Everything. Nothing is just because I just want to do it on the fly. And the older salon owners, what's happened is you've spent a lot of time not thinking about the whys of you doing stuff. And now you're in a position where you're like, oh my God, I've been doing hair now for 100 years, and now you want to rush. Now you want to fast track everything, which, don't get me wrong, it can happen. Today's digital world we live in has allowed us to fast track some stuff. And this is also where, if you listen to or get a young person, because young people don't want to wait on nothing. Anybody that's in generation, I think is Z and generation X, they don't want to wait on nothing. They believe in doing everything quickly. They want to see a return or something quickly. Let me tell you, I know a lot of us older ones been in the game a long time. We don't always embrace young people because we think they're lazy and they're impatient and this, but there is a benefit to having someone young that's technically savvy merge with you in your business, because you want to fast track. My phone's ringing again. I'm sorry. They will show you how to do a whole lot of stuff that you didn't waste the time doing it the slow way. They will show you how to do it quickly. They will show you. I want you to embrace some of these people. Don't worry about, look, help me figure this out faster than I would have done maybe 10 years ago. Embrace them. I had a girl talk to me in a class, says she's bounced from salon to salon. She's young because a lot of the older owners, older stylists don't embrace her because she has a whole different way of thinking. And she's just like, I'm tired of them not understanding me and this. I said in the class, I said, let me tell y'all something. These young people, they are a benefit. Now, because they can learn from us and we can learn from them. They do stuff technically like they was born with it. We don't even know how to do that. Get you a couple young people that are technically and digitally savvy. Let them work for you. Treat them with respect. Let them help you fast track so that you will have a return on investment, a return on objective, a return on impression. They'll tell you how to do it. They'll be like, you need to do this right here. That is what we have to embrace, guys. So for those of you all that may not have started in this business, or you haven't been in it long, maybe a year or 2 or 5, you can start it right. And the bottom line is, everything you do has to have a return of some sort. No more of this just jumping off a cliff doing stuff that has no rhyme, reason, purpose, nothing. I know I've had conversations with many of you all, and I'm not saying you got to do everything I say, but everything I try to tell my salon owners is because it has to have some type of return. Something. Even when you're training people, when you are imparting into people, there is a return at the end of that. When Oprah, who I love, decided to have Robin Johnson, Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil, Ayanna Van Zandt, Gary Zukav, and it was, I think, a couple other ones back when she was trying to build her platform. Her return on her investment was she found people that shared her value system with building people. They already had their own thing going, their own way of going about it. But she said, look, I can't do everything. I can't talk about all the subjects. I'm going to put these people on my platform, and I'm going to allow these people, because they share my values, to help build my platform, build my ratings, get my show to where it needs to be. And then all of them now are doing their own thing, and they all have become successful. What she did was she did a return on all of this. Return on engagement, return on opportunity, return on impression, all of these things, and social media wasn't really out then. All of these things gave her what she needed in order for her to be who she is today. That was very instrumental in building her platform and the objectives of her platform and impressing people and engaging with people. It literally covered the gamut of what she was ultimately trying to do. We as salon owners have to start thinking in terms of business, ownership. What is it that we're really trying to do? Every thought that comes in your head from this day forward, I want you to say, what is my return here? If I'm training people and I'm putting them out there and I'm literally leaving a legacy of people that can be great and successful. See, because when you train them and you give 90% of the time, we know you got that 10% that ain't gonna remember, but 90% of the time, if you put that out there and you give them what they need, you at any moment, you decide to develop a team, you decide to go in another direction, you can go back and you can now get them to help you in building whatever this next cycle of life brings for you, because you've planted those seeds. So whether it's in people, whether it's in things, whether it's in whatever, everything has to have a return, and you have to think about this when you're deciding to do it. This is not something you want to think about later, because you're going to waste a lot of money and a lot of time. And again, money you can get back, time you can't. So these are the things I want everybody to start thinking about. Everything you do, you want to think about your ROIs, which is your return on investment, your return on impression. Did people see this? If don't enough people see it, don't keep wasting your money on it. Okay? How did it make them feel? Your opportunities, are you seizing them? Are you thinking about stuff too long and then you don't have an opportunity? Your engagement, what are you doing for engagement? Social media, something, a blog, a YouTube channel, I don't care what it is. How are you engaging with people? Your objectives, are you adding things to your business that could possibly, the objective of them is to be able to do things more than what that is. I'm actually going around. I'm doing a tour. It's called First Brains, Then Beauty Tour. We're going to do salon ownership, helping you to know who to hire, who to fire. That's going to be our morning session. And then our evening session, we're going to do what's called Uncolor Me Crazy. We're going to actually do one of the modules out of the Color Me Crazy segment. That's why it's called First Brains, Then Beauty. It's going to be all day. 3 hours in the morning, 3.5 in the evening. I'm going to give you the tour dates. I'm getting the flyer done now. We're going to be going around doing that. But these are I have a purpose for why I'm doing this. This ain't just for me to just add to the schedule. I'm helping the people whose salons I'm in. I'm also making you more aware of some other conferences that I have coming up that you can be involved in that some of you all don't even know about. Everything you do has to have an objective, and it either has to have what we call a soft metric, intangible, or it has to have a hard metric where you're making money right then that day. When we go to shows, trade shows are a perfect blend of all of these. At trade shows, you obviously make money, hopefully, or you meet people, you get an opportunity to talk to them. All of the people I met from Facebook Live, I went now, from those of you all that have never met me, I went from now being abstract to now being a real person to you. And now you see just what you see on here is just what you see in person. It ain't no other face. I'm sincere. This is real to me. So when you see me in person, it's the same thing. Now you've been able to connect. We engaged abstractly. Now I can show you who I really am and hopefully put a great impression on you because this is real. And now I can invite you to other opportunities for you and me. Okay, so that is something that is absolutely imperative. Your objective, your engagement, your impression, and your actual money that you make. This is something that I need everybody. If you in business, I got a whole bunch of you all that look at this that ain't even in the salon industry. But if you're in business or if you're in a management or supervisory position, everything you think about needs to have some type of return. I want you to ask yourself every time you want to add something to your business, why? Why am I doing this? How is this going to help the business? How is it going to move the business forward? Is it going to make the business money? Is it going to just set people up where they can do more? Is it going to build the further objectives of what the company is about? Whatever. You need to come up with a series of questions that you are going to ask yourself before you say, yes, this is what I'm going to do. And that's what we're not doing, guys. So I don't want us to waste any more money, any more time, any more anything with stuff that has absolutely no return. Y'all with me? All right. You want more information on this? Text me. Somebody put my text number up. A designated text line, 708-798-7900. I hope you all have learned a lot from this. See, this was learning time today. This was school this morning. This was stuff that y'all need to know. Okay? So as we go forward, I want to prompt you to think about. Now, remember, with opportunities, sometimes you ain't got that kind of time to think. You have to know when to say, okay, I got to think about this one. And then you got to say, okay, I got to jump on this one. I don't have time to think. So you got to also be occasionally quick on your feet. Okay? That's something that you know when to do it. You do it enough. Like I said, I missed that opportunity. And bro, I thought about it like, why did I get these people's pictures? What something? And it was like, because I was on another mission. But that's okay. Because I'll see y'all again. Okay, so that's the beautiful thing about if you do miss some opportunities, hopefully you get them again or you can go back. But sometimes, guys, that's just not the case. So we got to seize it every single chance we get, guys. All right? So you all think about that. You know I only do Facebook Live Monday through Wednesday now. So I won't see you Thursday and Friday, but I will see you next Monday with some more new stuff. I got a Salon Owners Conference. This is the kind of stuff we talk about, and it ain't just me talking. I got 8 educators that are at the Salon Owners Conference giving you different perspectives. They have different experiences. They're successful in whatever it is that they're doing, whether it's financial management. I got people teaching retail and merchandising. I got, oh God, I can't even remember. I'll have all the speakers. I'm actually going to be doing some lives with the speakers. So I want you all to just remember this. We can do this, guys. I don't want to see our salons die. I want you all to sign up for my Salon Owners Conference. It's not until November, guys. November 4th and 5th. And I added something to it. The day or Saturday, the day before the conference, when people are generally just checking in, I decided for all of y'all who I want to open a school. I want to open a beauty school. I want to open a barber school. Okay, cool. I got 2 people that are going to be there. One who's owned a beauty school for, oh God, forever, 18, 20 years. And then also I have Bobby Madison, my husband, who's opened a school in 2 prisons and opened his own school. They're actually going to be there to talk to you about the real. For real, y'all. Because y'all think stuff is easy. Just like you thought when you went from a stylist to now being an owner that it was going to be seamless. No. It just brings on a whole different dynamic. You got to think with a whole different side of your brain now. You was right brain thinking. Now you left brain thinking. That's what happens. Left brain, logistics, systems, structure. You wasn't doing all that. But see, and now you want to do a school. That's going to really exhaust your left brain because order, paperwork, all files. You got to keep stuff in order. And you still trying to do hair. So I got 2 people that are going to be there. Now, this is not part of the conference. This is in addition. So you don't have to come to the conference to come to this. This is Saturday for 5 hours. The people that have actually opened beauty schools or running beauty schools and barber schools, they're going to do the first half of the class. The second half is going to be Carla Jones, who actually works for NACIS, the people who get you the financial aid. She's going to be talking the second half. She's going to be telling you what you really got to do to get approved. Because all of you all that want to open a school, all y'all thinking about is, I'm going to open this school, I'm going to wait my 2-3 years out, then I'm going to get my money from the United Department of Education. It ain't that easy, guys. But Carla is going to make it seamless for you. She is a NACIS evaluator. She is one of the people that when that time comes, she comes out and tells you either you approved or not. All right? She's going to do the second half of the class. So anybody interested in that, that is Saturday, November 3rd. From 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. So 5 hours, guys. If any of you all that are coming to the conference want that, that is additional. You can pay at the door, or you can text me 708-798-7900. I'll be able to give you some information about that. My guy is doing my flyer now. So we'll also have where you can, pay through links and all that good stuff. My website, thank God, is finally getting updated. So that'll be updated in about 30 days, like fully updated, guys. But any information on any of this, text me 708-798-7900. I'll be able to kind of guide you through whatever you can get involved in that will help you do it. But Salon Owners Conference, you can. I'm capping it off at a certain number. We're 50% there. So if you all want to get in on it, it is 2 days. I think we have about 20 classes, and they deal with every part of salon ownership that you can think about to help you get it together. All right? I don't want to see our salons die. If we don't get it together, we're not going to be able to maintain staff, which means we're not going to be able to pay the bills, which means that now your investment that you put in way back when, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, $100,000 is gone, guys. So we got to figure some things out. I got the people as well as myself that will be there to give you some real nuggets. I ain't talking about just talking at you. I'm talking about giving you some stuff you can take out of that conference and use it that day. Okay, I got some people that's going to be able to do that for you. And I think right now, if you sign up, it's going to cost you like $150 a month if you want to sign up now. So if you're interested, text me. I'll send you all the information. We got installments. And guess what, guys? It takes care of your hotel and your lunch and your breakfast. It don't get no better than that. The conference is $9.99. That covers your hotel and covers your breakfast and your lunch. It's at the airport, the Hyatt Chicago Hyatt House or Hyatt Place. Is it place or house? I think it's Hyatt Place. It's right there at the airport. Go from the airport, shuttle to the place. All inside, beautiful hotel, excellent staff. You ain't even I got Starbucks in the lot. I got restaurants. We got all that right there. You don't have to go anywhere. All you have to do your breakfast is there every morning. They got real breakfast. We ain't talking about just no continental. We talking about meat and potatoes and real stuff. Real breakfast every morning. Real lunch. I ain't feeding you no sandwiches. You got real lunch, but y'all can't go to sleep on me now. So real lunch, and then we're gonna have some fun stuff. But the conference is literally gonna be like from I think 8 in the morning to probably like 8 at night. So it's a lot, guys. If you want to save your salon and get it together, then I want to see you there. Again, text the number. After maybe in about 2 weeks, everything will be online at Knowledge by Nikki with 1K, NIKI.com. You'll be able to do everything there. But right now, I can still get everything to you. If you want installments, I think it's like $142.72 or something like that to be exact for like the next 7 months. It's nothing. It's a drop in the bucket. If you break that down in terms of days, you're looking at no money. And I'm providing all of this for you at a very economical price because you all know, as well as I do, if I was just like 10 shades lighter, this conference would cost at least 3 times this much. And you'd have to pay for your own hotel and your own food. Okay? So take advantage of this because we're going to do this because my passion and my desire is that I really use my resources and my platform to help us get it. I don't want to see the salons die. For those, I love salon suites, but salon suites ain't for everybody. Everybody can't come out of school and go into the suites. That's not possible. So where do they go to build their foundation? Where do they go to get what they need so that if they decide to go in a suite later, because suites ain't going nowhere, if they decide to go in a suite later, they at least are prepared. And a lot of suite owners now are not hiring people straight out of school because they know you can't afford to keep paying, and you're going to end up wanting to break this contract and leave. And they like, you go work in a salon. And then we'll holler at you in about 5, 6, 10 years maybe. Then come talk to us, okay? So you all come on out. Text me if you're interested. I'll respond back, send you all the necessary information. But remember, everything you do should have a purpose. It should have a return on investment. You all share this video. I need everybody in the beauty industry, I don't care if they white, black, or otherwise, I need them to understand that don't do things without thinking about what type of return is coming from this. Nothing you do should be purposeless. That's in your personal or professional life. Nothing you do should just mean nothing. All right? So think about that. It's Knowledge by Nikki with 1K, and I'll see you on Monday.